Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you too. How are you?
Great.
Happy San Valentine for you.
And
It's
for
like
you and for anyone watching us. Hey guys, happy Valentine's Day.
Happy
We
Valentine.
have
I always say that this day is the how to say is the day for the love for yourself that needs to come first, you know, for then to spread to everyone. So it's not always based on the relationship between you and your partner. Like I always feel it like I'm used always to buy also flowers for myself, of course, and to how to say to celebrate this love for yourself, you know, for then to go into.
That's beautiful because we cannot give something that we don't have,
Sure.
right?
Yeah. How are you?
Let
All
me
good?
just, before we start, I will just like tell anyone watching us that
Yes.
we have today like Tania with us, and I invited her to talk, to have this like serious chat about healing the past, healing that, or maybe not, let's not use the word healing, how to get rid of this feeling that haunts you, that tells you that because of what has happened in the past, you can't have what you want. So we'll talk about how to overcome this and how to invite more magic into our lives. Yeah, and like the Valentine's Day is just perfect day for this topic. I'm sorry to stop you.
That's so
Oh
true.
my God, like please continue. How do you celebrate love for yourself?
I think it's an everyday, how to say, celebration, right? It should not be
Uh-huh.
just this day, but I believe as humans we always get these special days to remember, kind of like to be more aware. So yeah, I always love to put how to say this the self love first for them to be able to give to your partner, husband, you know. I believe this is so important as love for yourself first, because then you are able to just spread this love everywhere and to make the world a better place somehow, you know.
Uh-huh. Like this sounds great, but what can you tell to someone who like watches us or me? I'm here and I don't even like myself. Like how to go from there? How do I start even loving myself, having this nice feelings about myself, so I even like want to take care of me?
I think it's not an overnight, how to say, transformation. It takes, of course, time where you realize a lot of things about this self-love. And as you mentioned in the beginning, sometimes the past is what stops you somewhere, you know, from seeing this value of yourself, from giving this love to yourself. Because again, I believe that if something happened, especially as like I love to talk as a child because I feel that growing up as a child and especially in a very abusive environment where I didn't feel that love, I didn't feel that empowerment, you know, from those adults that they need to be, first of all, our kind of like example, you know. I feel that if you grow up with all these limiting beliefs about yourself, this is the first point, the first reason for you to kind of like not believe in yourself, to not love yourself first, you know? Because as kids, especially from 0 to 7 years, when you see something, you believe it. If someone tells you, I don't love you, you'll believe that. If someone tells you you're smart, you'll believe that. And I can see that also with my kids. I'm a mother of two little girls, and the awareness came mainly when they came into my life. And when you realize every single day, when you keep repeating like empowerment words, or you tell them, I love you, I like, I see you a confident girl, I see you a smart girl, they believe that, right? And then if I go back to the child which I was, and I saw just negativity, just bad word, just someone shouting, someone telling you that you're not good enough, you grow up believing that. You grow up thinking that this is true. So you give so much power, and you give just, you know, your trust to those words, to those people. And it's amazing, but at the same time sad on how those words can really shape your life somehow, right? And I think I grew up for like a lot of years in my life. I was really stuck into this past, into these limiting beliefs as a kid, and I was always having this little kid, very hurt, very down, you know, like you wake up in the morning, you try to kind of like act as an adult, you know, that you are strong, you are powerful, but this constant voice within you was coming every single day, where I was like, but I'm not good enough, or I'm not sure I can do that, or I'm not sure about my potential. And it came the day where I think, so going back to my childhood, I lived, like, I was born in Moldova, in a very small country, where I saw a lot of abuse around. Okay, so I want to go back into kind of like then show the roadmap on how I came to think the way I think. And once you see all this abuse for yourself, like sexual abuse, mental abuse, physical abuse, you kind of like lose this kid, right? And you disconnect from this kid. And growing up, even though I was always into motivation, into like, I had my mom, she's my example, she's my everything, but unfortunately, because of a few reasons, she was not there for like maybe 10 years of my life. And those external people were those ones who built me, right? Who built those kids. And unfortunately, they didn't do a good job. So it was my job to then take care about this kid and to kind of like reshape, you know? And once you kind of like became a teenager, you understand that you see more for yourself. You see it, but you don't know how to have it, because again, those limiting beliefs and those words and those voices where they're following you, you kind of like start fighting for something that you know there is better in life, you know there is love in life, you know there is success and love for yourself. I'm talking more about as you as human, you know, as this potential that we all have, but we don't see it sometimes because of few reasons. So once I became teenager, like, I want to say always this beautiful story. I had like this dream, and I woke up one day and just few words came into my head, and this is how my healing journey started. And this journey started with, I don't know if you know El Camino de Santiago, like a pilgrimage. So I sit on my laptop and I start typing this word. I didn't even know what is that. I didn't even know how they came. Don't ask me, I don't know. And wow. Anyway, I just tried Camino de Santiago, and then it comes like this pilgrimage and I don't know, God. I was like, okay. Walking, hiking, I was like, oh, that's interesting. And it was like an inner voice that was telling me, find out more. So I go to my mom and I'm like, Mom, I want to go and do El Camino de Santiago. And she's like, what do you mean? I was like, what is that? I was like, it's like a hiking. No, actually, no, Mama, it's a pilgrimage, you know? She's very like spiritual, religious. And she's like, oh, okay, God is there. Like, okay, go, you know? I was like maybe 20 or something like that. And I was not working at the time because I was, how to say, between finding myself, finding who I am. Anyway, I go there. She's like, okay, no worry, I'll pay for it. You go. So I sit back to the laptop and I'm like, okay, where I go, I don't know. What is that? I don't know. I will figure it out. So I came to know is a pilgrimage where you need to walk for kind of like 850 kilometers. And I don't know why this inner voice was saying you need to go alone. But by reading reviews and feedbacks, people were saying, look, it's part of like dangerous to go alone because you need to walk between the mountain, between the forest. Like, where do you go alone, you know? And then nothing. I decided to go by myself. I took this bag, 12 kilos. I was ready. I traveled to Paris, from Paris to the first etape. And from there, I started this journey. If you ask me, I was scared. I was so scared. I didn't know where I'm going. I was just alone. But, you know, this fire inside of like, in my idea, I was going to discover myself. I was going to know more about myself, more about who is Tania, like who is really Tania. Because if I look before this, I was just into this depression, into this anxiety, into this, you know, like, I don't want to say victim, but into this loop of negativity, you know, and I knew I can have more. I knew I can be more. And I knew that there is just this light within me that I need to take out. So I just embraced this journey. It was one of the most, how to say, intense, scary, funny journey of my life, where I found myself for like almost a month alone. It was days where, of course, you meet people, you kind of like walk, but you have this need of just going with yourself to talk to yourself, to really dig deep. So this is when started this, you know, question of, okay, how can I have more? How can I be more? And how can I give more? And of course, from there, like I was always kind of like a butterfly. I always was this person that I will not be able to stay in a place. So after Moldova, I moved to Italy with my parents. And then from Italy, I went to Dubai at maybe 20 years old, 21. So again, no English, no nothing. I was like going to discover myself. I was going to find this, you know, inner peace and inner balance. And again, going back, of course, it's not a journey that comes into one night. It takes years if you want, and it takes less time if, of course, like if I'm going back to maybe 4 years ago when I got my girls, I became a mom. I think this was my point and my reason for me to become the best version of myself. Because, you know, when you have this beautiful and pure human in your arms, and you realize that you just need to seed every single day good and positive talking, good words, and to show them that you love yourself, you respect yourself, you are powerful, and you can achieve anything you want, right? So I was still feeling that I was not at that point where I can be just fully my full power, you know. And I think this is when I started asking for more. I was like I know there is more into this healing, because yes, of course, every day of my life I was trying to have answers to heal, but still were this negative emotion, and I think a luggage of emotion, especially coming from my sexual abuse as a kid, that I couldn't let it go. I was like so much in anger, and as much as I wanted to be myself and to release all this strong emotion, I couldn't. And I knew like something was telling me inside, there is ways, there is a way, there is an answer for you to fully heal from this, from all these abuses that this little me had. And this is when I actually said, you know what, like I've been always into this motivation, self-love, and inspiring people. I was always that person that I can kind of like go into the deep conversation and understand you, maybe because that little kid was like went through a lot, so I will feel everything. I will feel like every pain from people, you know, from animals, from people. So I was like, maybe I need to kind of like inspire people because this is my mission. So I decided like 2 years and a half ago to go and to study as a life coach. But still, I was having these emotions. Of course, I was into the healing journey, but still, I was having a lot until I of course, I got certified. And the beautiful thing that when I became a life coach as my dream job, because this is what I wanted to do, I actually healed. Because of course you learn a lot, you practice a lot, you go into a lot of deep connection to yourself and subconscious, you know, work. And it was amazing on how you can actually go there, and it was just mind-blowing, you know, when you kind of like wake up, open the eyes, and you're like, oh wow, I'm not like, once you change the way you look at things, once you change the way you look at yourself, once you understand the learnings from even the worst experience, this is when I was like just shocked on how much our body, our mind, our everything can do, right? And this was a reason plus for me to take it as a mission and to help people and women that went through what I went, or maybe different situation. And when you realize that the inner work comes just from within us, you know, and a lot of times I remember even before my marriage, I was always thinking, oh, I think when I will get married, or like when I'll find my partner, I will heal and I will be kind of like happy. Of course, the person does a lot into empowering you, into uplifting you, but still, after a few months, after a few years, I was feeling the same, and I was like, but you know, like nothing is changing. Like, who is going to save me then? If the partner no, if your mother no, if your brother no, who is going to save me? Until you realize that you're just the only person who can do everything, and you can rewrite and reshape your life the way you just want, you know, as much as you really dig that inside yourself and take out all this, how to say, limiting decision and limiting beliefs and pain and anger, and just remove them to then step into this powerful you know, into this next level where once you're healed and once you feel just pure as you were born, you know, and there is no connection into no limiting beliefs, no traumas. Of course, you don't forget, you never forget what happened to you, but you change the way you look at the things, you change the way at how you feel those things, you know. And yeah, I think this was really a powerful moment when I realized that I am the only one that I can change everything, I can change my life. And if I don't love myself, if I don't give this love to myself, I will never feel, you know, because we always answer this love. We're always looking for this love from friends, from kids, like from your kids, from your husband, from your partner. But then we still feel this emptiness, you know, if you don't really give this fully love to yourself. And when you realize that actually you are the first priority, you are the love that you're looking for, this is when you realize that you can be a good wife, a good mother, a good friend, a good person, you know. And I believe that we all need to really just not be scared, because I feel as human beings we are scared to go back to what made us feel kind of like, you know, hurt, like maybe from trauma, maybe from a word, maybe your parents that's, you know, you're not going right, like you're not enough, or you're not smart, or this. So we always build these limiting beliefs because for specific decisions that happen, for specific events. And I always feel that people are scared to go there. People are scared to touch those painful points, but they don't understand that until you don't heal those points, they will follow you forever. You know, even if you kind of like have the most successful business, you have the most amazing husband, the most amazing kids, but if you didn't heal yourself as a kid or as a teenager or as a person, that pain will never go away and will follow you until the day you go away from this earth, you know. And yeah.
So on your journey, what was that really turning point? You went for pilgriming to Santiago de Compostela, right? Was it just the journey you did
I think
on your
that
own?
was the first step. The
Uh-huh.
first step into this, you know, into this view of, oh wow, I'm brave, or like oh wow, I'm strong, and oh wow, I can do things by myself, and oh wow, I actually love being with myself. I enjoy being with myself, you know, and like walking alone for a month, it can be really boring for some people. But then when you discover that actually, oh wow, I'm such a funny person. Like I will laugh with myself, I will scream in the middle of the forest, I will dance, I will sing, I will laugh by myself, I will cry. And you know, when you become best friend with yourself, you realize that, wow, but I'm not alone, you know? And you realize that actually you have you, right? And if you have you, you have everything. You really have everything.
What was next? Was it any tool you started using, any teacher on your way?
So of
There's
course,
always something, right?
after like as a tools, of course, I got a lot of beautiful techniques. Like when I got certified as a coach, of course, like it was like NLP and some time transformation technique where you really dig into this subconscious mind, and where you really can go that deep and kind of like remove these limiting decisions, you know, because I believe that limiting beliefs. Yay!
Oh yeah, yes, you're back.
I don't know what happened. I was like, no.
I also have like no idea, but there's a recording. It looks like it, at least, that there is a recording from the first part. So like we're safe. We can continue.
We have everything. Amazing, amazing. So yeah, as I was saying, I think the few tools, of course, was a lot into the time transformation technique, where you really dig into this limiting decision that you have, a limiting belief that you have within you, and it's beautiful, and they're very powerful because you can really tap into this subconscious mind that we very rare go, you know, like it's very hard for us to go there by ourselves, and I think this was one of the very powerful technique for me in this case. And of course I use it very much in like with my clients also who carry a lot of negative emotions, you know, because I still believe that if you really carry these emotions, they are the reason that somehow make you feel stuck in this past. And it's true, you go further in life, but somehow they come back and they take you back, you know. And was beautiful to go there. It was beautiful to go there and to kind of like make peace with this past, you know. And of course it comes a lot into everyday work with yourself, where you intentionally spend time with yourself, you intentionally focus on your well-being, where for example you exercise. Like I believe exercising is one part that really took away this anxiety, and it helps me every single day when like I still go into this like small anxiety, especially when you become a mom. You're like, oh my god, anxiety every day with me. So this helps me every time to also calm those moments where I really go into this deep anxiety. eating or having at least like a healthy food every single day, exercising, and of course this inner work that's it's a must. It's a must, and it's really also important to have a person who can take you and to guide you, you know, to go together in this journey. Of course, if you have luck somehow, like I think without my coach, I was still here fighting with those demons, you know. I was still fighting with those emotions that I was holding, and having the coach in my life that really came with me and support me in this and took me into those moments together. And they're scary, by the way. It's not that easy. It's scary to go there. I totally understand that, but it's good to have this support. It's good to have a coach, a person who knows how to take you there, you know, and how to kind of like guide into the subconscious mind and go together. Because then from there you can really go into success into everything, like success yourself, success into having a successful business, success into having a success, like being a successful mom, like in terms of kind of like growing healthy kids, healthy relationship, good friends. Because once you heal and you understand what are your boundaries, what are your values, what you want for yourself, what you don't want for yourself, this is when you realize how to build your life, right? And who you want to be, what exactly you want to do. Like I was used to have these jobs like sales, and like I was used always to kind of like be in the middle of the people. I speak a lot of languages. Like God gave me this beautiful gift to speak almost 6 languages. So I was always there into kind of like communicating. Yeah, happy there, happy here, sell there. But I knew that this is not what I want to do. And because of those luggages that I was holding every single time, I didn't know how to tap into that point inside me where I'll have this clearance of what I really want to be, who I like, where I want to go, you know. So definitely the inner work was my, how to say, everything. But then it's like a box you open and you shut, like, you know, everything comes out in the best way. It's like a flower that you open and then you know, like once you clear all this negative energy, once you clear all these negative emotions, once you clear all this pain and everything that you are carrying from the past, I believe that this is how then takes you on the next step of having what you really want. And this is related to everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
If there is a one specific advice you can give to someone who watches us right now and has this, okay, like how do I start? How do I get it? What's my first step? Because probably not anyone can just like go and like pilgrim for a month.
No, of course, you don't need to take your bag and go to Camino de Santiago. This is the last thing I'm going to advise, because it was really scary and oh my God, I have so many funny moments and so much scary. So definitely don't go to Camino de Santiago. But I think like maybe this can be another step in your life, maybe the 3rd step or 4th, but not the first. I think the first thing is to be aware, to find this awareness of what really triggers, what really trigger this blockage into tapping into the best, how to say, into the best level of what you can really be. And I think is to really talk to yourself and to be honest. I was used to write down a lot. I was used to write down, and when I go back, I will read every single page of my diary, and every single page, like you can feel this pain, but and helped me a lot to take out this emotion. Like, this was the first step that I think is really helpful, to write down what makes you upset, to write down what you really like what you really want to achieve, what you really want to be, what, like, every single thing, whatever you want. And this is what I always advise also to my clients, to write down, like, get a paper, get whatever you want, phone, paper, journal, and just write down this emotion, the way you feel. And if there is something that bothers you, then you need to take another action. It's like, you know, like step by step by step by step. Of course, like, you will not see miracles when you open the journal and you write, like, you're not going to get healed in 1 second, but it's like, it's really like little steps, step by step, step by step, step by step. I think it's such a profound topic, especially the healing from this traumas, from this negative emotion that you hold. And each of us, we perceive them in different way, right? And maybe I can tell you, you know, Koti, for me, it helped a lot to write down, and you'll see, you'll feel better. Yes, you'll feel better, but it's a really deep work. It's a really deep work. And I always admire, and I always let people know when they tell me, oh, you know, I feel that today, I don't know, maybe something happened and took me back to the past. So I don't know why it took me back to that moment or to that pain. And I always say that is a call. It's an awakening call for you to go inside and to take slowly out these emotions. And they're like, yeah, but I have this pain, I have this, you know, like, I feel so upset. It's okay. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to cry. It's okay. Like, people sometimes think that it's not okay to do all this, you know, that you kind of like need to close your eyes or to just act like everything is okay. But it's not okay. It's not okay to feel that way. It's not okay to wake up every single morning and to have this anxiety in life, to have this pain that you're like hold, you know, this emotion that you're holding, and they are here, and you feel them, but you don't know how to take them out. So I think the first thing that I always say is to be aware of this emotion, and to take them, to be gentle. Don't throw them, just take them, look at them, feel them, and then slowly kind of like try every single day to take action on how to heal them, not to forget them, because we don't forget. Nothing can be there, like, you know, I wake up and I forget. I wish it could be that easy. And that's the beauty of the journey. That's the beauty of your story at the end of the day, right? Because if before I was like, oh my God, this happened to me, or like even with the sexual and physical abuse and whatever was there, I was feeling like, oh no, what people will think about me, you know? And more I was going through this journey, and more I was like, but wait, I am so brave to share with the world. I'm so brave to inspire other women or men who went through this. And you know, when you see them kind of like, oh, Tanya, like, maybe, like, I remember when the story, like, I hid this pain of the sexual abuse for a lot of years. And I was living by myself. Like, imagine a kid from a very young age until maybe 14, I was carrying this pain, and I will not share with anyone, because those people let me think that this is wrong, that this is my fault, you know? And when you kind of like realize and you take out this voice, and you even go and face those people that really causes you all this trauma, all this pain, you feel brave, and you're like, oh wow, I'm strong, you know? And oh wow, I have a voice. Because the people who hurt you, they let you think that you don't have a voice. So you grow up with this thing of like, oh, but no, I cannot talk, I cannot share what they will think about me. And I think once you find the power to take out this voice of anything that happened in your life, like in my case, this happened to me. So my voice was taking out this kid that was upset with the world, was upset with everyone, that no one was there to protect me, no one was there to take care about me, to give me love, you know? And when this voice came out, I said, like, people like me needs to be there to take care about other people, right? And I believe that, especially in this sexual abuse topic, or physical abuse as a kid, no one talks about it because everyone is so scared to take out this, you know, it's like you take out this naked emotions, you know, naked like things that it's you cannot talk about that. And the beauty was when my story came out, a lot of girls came to me, even old women, and they told me, Tanya, I was abused as a kid, or I was abused as a girl, and I never shared with anyone because no one will trust me, no one will believe me, and because, you know, they just closed their like shell, and they protect themselves just by closing all this, you know. And it's sad because then you don't bloom in life, right? Because you're just hiding yourself into this pain. And I always like when this story came out with my mom, I was always telling her, and even nowadays when we speak about it, I was like, Mom, I'm so blessed that actually things came out, like this voice came out, and even though it was a very painful journey, but this is what built me, right? And my story can inspire a lot of people. My story can inspire a lot of women. So this is when I realized that my mission, and it is my mission, to help a lot of women who are in this pain, who are in this past, in this, you know, like limiting beliefs of everything, because it is the little kid that was hurt, or the little girl that was hurt, is what builds the adult woman, right? And
Yeah.
it's amazing on how you see this big bodies, like, you know, this boy, like we grow, we get old, but you still feel that little girl or little boy, and you understand that that inner child will always be there. It's just we want to act as adults, but no need to act as an adult. Like it's cool to be still a kid and to go there and to bring this kid out, you know. And I think my biggest motivation are also my kids, that especially like being now little ones, like I really realize that we need to go back there and to be kids. We need, because especially for a lot of people like me, like thousands, billions, millions others who had a very hard childhood, right? And they skip this moment of their life. They didn't, like, they don't have beautiful memories. I don't have beautiful memories of my child, like maybe few, but if you go back, if you tell me, how was your childhood, I'll tell you, it was okay. I will act like it was good, because maybe, you know, it's because we are just, like, as humans, we need to show that we are good, we had beautiful things, but it was not okay, right? So it's good to be kids, it's good to be ourselves, it's good to just take out this, you know, this power kid that we were, and just to convert it into the big adult, and just manifest the best thing that you can in this life, you know. Yes.
So step by step, you say.
It is step by step. And of course, like if you want a faster step, like how to say a faster journey, then you can address to me, of course, as a coach, and I can help you into going together in this journey, you know. I think it's very important to have a person and to not be there alone. You know, because like we live in such a big world where we are too many, but still we feel so lonely, and we feel like alone there, you know. And I think it's really important to have a person that can really help you in this. So I'm here for this reason.
Absolutely, totally agree.
Yes, like we are here for this reason. So to kind of like break a lot of years of you know, learning, going down, going up, going down, going up, and then you just take it and you give it in just, you know, in a specific time, and it's amazing. Like I can even see it with my clients. It's amazing on how they come with all these pain limiting beliefs and, oh my god, I cannot do this, I cannot achieve this, and you still realize that it's about those negative emotions, those pain that they are carrying from, of course, like from childhood until like a few years back, you know. And it still makes me realize every single day that we need to find this inner voice, and we need to heal everything that is in your body that makes pain, you know. And we need to take really care about this energy where you just feel this positivity, you just feel this flowing, you know, like you are, I don't know, like it's really a powerful thing. Once you heal, you really feel things differently. You live in a different way, you know, and it's amazing how then you attract just best and the best and the best and the best. And when you are like pure, like when you're pure, like there is nothing negative in this body that comes out. It's amazing how the world turns, you know, into
Yeah.
life. It's really amazing.
It definitely is. To anyone who's watching us right now, if you have, before you will all hire Tania, if you have any questions,
yes, definitely,
about what we talked about, just like, it's your moment. It's your moment.
Ask anything. Yes.
Tania, do you have any program, coach, a freebie, something that you want to invite people if they just like watch us and they are really interested in like working with you and learning more about what you do and how you do it, where people can find you?
So yes, of course, like I'm offering right now one-on-one session, but I'm on my, how to say, creation of my program, and I really hope I can release it at the end of this month. And definitely they contact me, like in the bio of Instagram. They can find for how to say, a clarity or a discovery call where we can go together and understand how we can work and what are the points where we need to heal and go forward. So yeah, definitely they can find me in Instagram by Tania Ciobanu, and they can of course book any clarity call, which is for free. And in this way we can understand how we can work together. And of course I offer different packages between 6 to 12 weeks. And yeah.
That's great. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
It looks like, let me just like fastly scroll. Do we have, was there a question? Yeah, it looks like we don't have any questions for right now. So I guess our our audience is just speechless, thinking about what you say. One more time, thank you so much.
Thank you so much
for showing up.
Thank you.
To people. Yeah, I see just like someone joined. If you are like don't worry, there will be a replay. There will be a replay. I'm afraid that the replay on Instagram will just stay in 2 parts because we were disconnected. But I always back all of this stuff on YouTube, and I will just like do my best to glue it together, so we have everything in one place.
Thank you.
So yeah.
Thank you so much for having me. Really, it was such a beautiful pleasure to be here with you on this beautiful day.
Enjoy Valentine's Day, people. Doesn't matter with like yourself, with people you know. Yeah. That's and true. One more time, Tania, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a beautiful day.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.